Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Hearthstone Mercenaries Heroic Bounty Guide, I'm going to take a look at Emperor Thaurissan in Blackrock Mountain. And the key to beating Emperor Thaurissan is to burn down that Emperor. Because if you kill Moira first, Moira is going to buff the Emperor a lot. If you kill the Abomination first, it's going to deal some AoE damage, you might lose some kegs, and if you lose kegs, then your own mercenaries are going to be hit. So just burn down the Emperor through whatever means necessary. And in this video, I'm going to show you 4 comps that can do just that. First of all, we have the good old Nature comp, my old recommendation for this one, with a bit of a twist with Morgl, the buffed Morgl being included. So for the main part of the climb, you can do Malfurion Bru'kan Guff, Malfurion with Liferoot Staff, Bru'kan with Lightning Rod, and Guff with Earthen Bracers. They're just a fine comp. On the bench, I have Cookie with Appetizers. Cookie giving that extra health with Appetizers is just so good. And then I have Morgl with Morgl Mitt. Missile buffs all friendly characters. So for the boss fight I can bring Malfurion Morgl Guff. So that I will be able to buff the kegs so that the kegs don't die so easily, and that will just enable me to have an easier victory. Then on the final spot, well, I was doing some Khotun tasks, so Khotun is there just for that case. But whatever you want. Alternatively, this is also a good bounty to bring in Shadow. So I have the basic Shadow climbing comp, Yashurash with Mark of Yashurash, Murky with March of the Murlocs, and Kazakus with Wildvine, which means that Yashurash is going to blast through most encounters. However, sometimes Yashurash might not have enough, so we have a Shadow bench here. We have Vol'jin with Ring of Haste, and we have Queen Azar with Xal'atath, so that whenever you cast Shadow abilities, you restore health to your characters, and then Cookie to bring some additional health to the team. So you can do Yashurash Murky Kazakus, or you can do Kazakus Vol'jin Azara. And then for the final boss fight, you want to go in with the blues so that you can focus on Thaurissan. But there are even more ways to take down Thaurissan. You can also do it with Big Viper. So I'm using Yulon with Jadefire Spear, Jeezy with Flameheart Crystal, and Anaconda with Signet of the Wilds. Idea being that I can build a huge Nightmare Viper because everything just keeps buffing it, and then it becomes really big and then it kills everything. And in this case I can also take these to the final fight, and the Viper can start hitting into Thaurissan. Yulon is going to eliminate Taunt, so boom boom, you just blast through Thaurissan. On the bench I have Cookie with Appetizers, of course that health, and Morgl with Morgl Mitt, so I have one more alternative way to buff up the Viper. And yeah, well, that Khotun, I was just doing some Khotun tasks. Finally, Emperor Thaurissan can also be done with a full budget comp if you don't happen to have Jeezy. So Yulon with Jadefire Spear, Morgl with Morgl Mitt, and Anaconda with Signet of the Wilds gives you that big Viper squad again, a little bit of different variation. Then I have a Nature bench here. Cookie with Appetizers, Bru'kan with Lightning Rod, and Guff with Earthen Bracers, so that I can do everything pretty much with Big Viper. Big Viper can also get started at Thaurissan. Depending on how the Thaurissan fight goes and how soon Moira is going to kill herself, then you might need the Nature bench as well. But between the Big Viper start and the Nature bench, you can reliably get the job done. And this is what all of these comps look like in action. Alright, Heroic Thaurissan with Nature team. This time I'm bringing Morgl over Bru'kan so that I can get some health going also to the kegs. And the key positioning thing here is that the highest health mercenary should be to the far right for these heat-seeking flames. Which one is the highest health mercenary? Well, it also depends a little bit on your treasures, but one of them is going to be higher health than the others. And then we're just going to start blasting at that Thaurissan. The goal here is to take down Thaurissan first. And once Thaurissan is down, then we take down the others. We don't want to take Moira down first, because that's going to heal Thaurissan and make Thaurissan much more dangerous. And we don't want to take this one down first either, because it deals AoE damage. Alright, Moira is coming, but at 3 speed means that we will be able to direct Moira into a powdered keg here. And we do that while we also get to, let me see, heat-seeking flame, 40 damage to highest health enemy, 20 to its neighbors. Moira is going to attack a keg at 3 speed, because Malfurion is going to be healed up. But right now Guff is going to be the highest health one, and Morgl is going to be the second highest health only. There's no way for Morgl to overtake Guff. Even with a healing wave, it could. Then I'm not. I can take the 20. I can take the 20. This is fine. So this time Guff is going to take the big hit, but it's perfectly okay. We're able to get that hit into. That goes into a barrel, but into a keg, but the kegs are going to stand because of Morgl Smith. 10 damage, Sinister Strike, +8 attack the lowest health enemy again. It's going to be a keg again, but it's still going to be fine. So we're just blasting into the Thaurissan. Everything we've got, which is going to give me a good chunk of healing here. And that's gonna be fine. The keg is going to survive again. And all this additional health just gives you so much more leeway with these kegs when they don't accidentally get destroyed. And at this point, well, now Thaurissan will not be able to shoot anymore because Thaurissan is going down. We take Thaurissan down with the Murloc missile. Yes, that one takes down Thaurissan while we start blasting at Moira here with these. And that means that everything is going just perfectly according to the plan. Thaurissan is dead. Gets the additional health from that Morgl, just helping them survive throughout the encounter. And then there's a little bit of AoE damage coming, but that will be of no consequence. Just a really smooth, clean kill. Alright, climbing with the Shadow comp. So let's start blasting here at the greens. And I do need to hurt that one a little, and I think I also need to hit into that one a little to get them within range, and we want the Golem, and boom. And this should now just end the fight. Go, Yasharash, go. Well, there was actually a chance that ability would have hit so that Yasharash wouldn't get enough attack, but that was like a fighter elite fight. So pretty easy climbing overall. Alright, Heroic Thaurissan with the Shadow team. So we're trying to focus fire the Thaurissan down, and we're trying to make some taunt golems that will hopefully tank Moira and keep the barrels alive. So let's go. Here we go. Zap. Alright, so far so good. Heat-seeking flames, no worries. And it's going to be more heat-seeking flames. I really don't want to do AoE here, because AoE will then kill Moira, potentially, which would be bad. So what I need to do is shifting tides there, and we want to set up another superior golem there. Alright, let's go. Get some healing from the Salatat. Get some more healing from the Salatat. Tank the Moira again. And keep blasting at that Thaurissan. This time if Moira attacks into a Taunt Golem, then Moira will die. And then Moira would die before Thaurissan, which would be actively bad for me. So I can't let that happen. So I just need to Shadow Shock here. And I will need to... Is Queen Zara even going to survive this? If I do a Vainglorious Rebuke, I will get 6 and 6 healing. It will still be lower than the kegs. I will not, because I will get another point. So I do need to do Vainglorious Rebuke now. And then I will need to do... Probably need to do a Rush Golem, because Shadow Claws could again kill Moira, which would be undesirable. So I need to do a Rush Golem this time. Right, here we go. We get some of those heals going. We get a Rush Golem in. The barrel is going to survive that one. So everything is looking fine. Thaurissan at 112 health now, going for the missiles. And what can we do about that? Can I deal 112 to Thaurissan this turn? Is the big question, isn't it? And I can do... That's going to be 54. It's not exactly 112, no. Not quite, but we probably do the Shadow Weakness and the Mage Paramount and the Shadow Claws. We'll see what we can get from here. That's going to kill everyone else here. And then we get some Shadow Claws in, and it's actually enough to kill the Thaurissan. So, and of course I still had the bench. So if I kill everyone, Thaurissan is very low health, then I can still like bring Cookie and finish Thaurissan off. But Shadow, able to handle the job. Alright, Emperor Thaurissan, it's time for you to meet the Big Viper. So Moira is going to Sinister Strike, which means that Moira is going to hit into the Viper. Note my positioning so that the highest health mercenary is here in the middle. And because Moira is going to hit in the Viper, so I want to Jade Flame Buffet, so Viper will survive that. And then I want to Inspiring Song. Also note that fire damage cannot be used on Thaurissan, so Gigi can't actually hurt Thaurissan, but Gigi can heal. I'm going to Mend Beast over there, and then we're going to start hitting into that Emperor. We're going to have no taunts up because of Yulon. So here we go. Yulon setting up some... Here we get the health and we get the damage to the Viper. Damage here goes to the middle, exactly as planned. Searing Strike, Magma Blast and Attack, okay. So we can do just more Inspiring Song. I don't want fire damage. I don't want fire damage to the Thaurissan. We can Buffet, and we can Mend here, and we can keep hitting at Thaurissan. Thaurissan is the main target. Really want to hit hard into Thaurissan here. The goal is to get Thaurissan killed before much of anything else happens. So far we're doing pretty well in that regard. Flame Strike, Sinister Strike. So this Sinister Strike now is going to Anacondra. And that's actually going... Is that going to kill my Anacondra now? I mean, Anacondra gets that plus 15 health here. But that's only 48, 53. And this is going to deal 56. I'm going to lose Anacondra. That is a little awkward, because obviously I kind of like Anacondra. But it is what it is. We keep hitting into Thaurissan. That's still the main goal here. What am I talking about? That's not critical. It goes the other way around. No worries whatsoever. Anacondra is perfectly fine. See, perfectly fine, I told you. And again, and again. And this time... I can Mend Beast into Anacondra herself. And I will get the kill on Thaurissan now. Turn easier way. No, because I can't use the fire damage from Gigi. Because fire damage does not work. Does not work on the Emperor. But from here, I mean, Moira is not dead. Which means that Emperor is going down, and from there, there's nothing left. Blessings on the Moira. And boom. That's a victory. Right there. With the Big Viper. Alright, time to take down Heroic Thaurissan with the budget team. So, Moira is going to be attacking into the Viper. My Yulon is going to remove that taunt. So, Jade Flame Buffet here. And then we're going to Mend Beast there. The big question is, does Morgl just use Murloc Missile on Thaurissan, or does Morloc use Healing Wave? Gives a little bit more health to the Viper. Viper is at 30, then it goes down to 2, then it goes to 32. We can afford to do Murloc Missile. And then Viper is going to start hitting into that Thaurissan. And note highest health minion in the middle of my Mercs. Very important positioning. Because I want these to hit like this. Alright. Another Sinister Strike coming. That is unfortunate. Sometimes that's the way it goes. This time I believe I will need the Healing Wave there. And the Mend Beast there, and we need to keep pushing. Need to keep pushing into that Thaurissan. Now Moira died, which is very unfortunate. It actually means that the Viper is also going to die. And then this falls apart. Well, that was unfortunate, but it's not yet a complete disaster. Let's see how it goes. We keep blasting at Thaurissan. Sometimes things just happen, like Moira doesn't always use Sinister Strike twice, which obviously contributes a lot. And in this instance, Moira did use Sinister Strike twice, and then we're just trying to manage that anyway. And I still believe we can, actually. So, like, it doesn't always go exactly the same way. But the main point is to have a strategy that you're still able to work with. This is actually going to be completely fine. Because that Thaurissan is going down. We probably had just lethal here anyway. But be it as it may. Boom. Yep. That's how it goes. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.